We don't know exactly what was going on, but we ended up going to the hospital Sunday.
You did? But now we'll give you a little bonus because you made it in this far.
Yeah, what the flip happened in Moab? There was a lot of things.
It happened to you.
You're going to learn how to get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're going to learn backstories on stuff that happened with off camera.
For real, what else you guys need?
What did you do this weekend?
Well, my wife got like pretty dang sick, and she's pregnant, so that's not really that good of a combination.
Yeah, that was worrisome.
That's
But
not good.
No, so I pretty much took care of my little boy all weekend while trying to build a sprinkling system that I've never done before and really don't exactly know how it all works.
Well, welcome back to another episode of the PeckBrothers Show. We're live now, and it sounds like you didn't have that good of a weekend.
No, I mean, it was all right.
Is she all right?
Wasn't amazing. She's good now. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were really bad. She woke up with bad body aches, really bad heartburn, which made her, vomit because it was so bad. And she's about 7 months pregnant now with a little girl. And I don't know if they say sometimes when the little girl has a lot of hair on her head that you can get a little bit more heartburn and stuff from that. But I mean, there's hormones and everything else going on. We don't know exactly what was going on, but we ended up going to the hospital Sunday.
You did?
Yeah.
That tells you how bad it is. I'm sure he was in there like, honey, we don't have to go to the hospital. You're all right, right?
I was the one that said we probably should because she started having chest pain, and that's not good.
She's tough, too.
Kirst is tough.
That surprises me.
And that helps me to know when, okay, now is a serious time because she is really tough. I mean, she's literally the mom that gives natural birth and is totally okay with it and wants to do it over and over and over again. Her pain tolerance is great, but when it comes to this, it helps me understand how bad are things actually, so.
I think like Brady's the kind of guy that, when Alex got hurt on the dirt bike track at the Palmer compound, like I think Brady was like, do we actually really need to go get him checked out? I think you're fine, right? Like I always make a joke with Lou about that. Like, because every now and again you'll be like, man, something's up. You go get checked out. And they're like, oh, no, you're fine. And I always make a joke about that. Like, I should have just went and asked Braid.
If I was okay or not.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
I've had those instances, and that's so hard for me. You pay an arm and a leg to go to the hospital, especially the emergency room, get special treatment, and they send you off. Yeah, just keep an eye on it. Everything's good.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
Come on, there's got to be something wrong.
Yeah.
Sure?
Is that what happened?
No, not exact. I mean, it kind of happened, I guess, but it was one of those things where every lady's going to feel it a little bit differently than others, but her heartburn was definitely real. They asked if we wanted to do an x-ray, and we told them no because we didn't want that radiation into the baby, even though a lot of people say that it's fine in the third trimester. We decided not to, but they gave her some stuff to calm the heartburn and essentially take away the chest pain. So to bring it all full circle, we just learned that we have to pay for the education on like how she's feeling, because now she still has that pain. It hasn't gone away. She just knows what it is. It's not her heart. They did a bunch of tests. It's nothing serious, but now we know. So
I think that's hard too, because like like when me and Lou were in that circumstance, like she puked every day, 15 times a day for 9 months straight. And to where like Kirst, up until like 3 weeks ago, it was like, oh, you're pregnant, huh? Like, no, she's not even, like she's going on walks, exercising, like, and then all of a sudden she gets hit with like, no, dude, she's pretty sick. It's like, wow, what's up? That's kind of concerning for sure.
And she doesn't get sick very much either.
Yeah.
I could probably count on one hand maybe how many times she's been sick in like 10 years.
Well, and then, you add on to that being pregnant. Like, I'm pretty sure pregnant women, like, don't get sick very much in general because their immune system's, like everything's just cranked. And so they're pretty dialed usually. So
She told
I
me.
hate that.
She told me, she's like, all I could think about the whole time I was sick was Caleb's wife, Lou.
Oh, man.
She went through it to get your 2 kids here, and Kier's got a glimpse of what that was like. Man, it's rough.
Yeah.
The things women do for babies is out of this world.
Dude,
I am so glad I'm not a woman.
It's crazy because, like, you spend 9 months, dealing with the pregnant woman, and she's dealing with what she's dealing with, and she can't eat this, can't have that, can't do this, can't do that. And then the baby gets here, and it's like, well, now it's just hard in a different way. You don't get sleep. Your immune system's down. You can't do this, can't do that. It never ends with flipping kids.
No.
Until they're a couple years old,
Yeah, but then you talk to somebody.
Changes.
You talk to some, and it's funny because I used to talk to people, with older kids, and I'd be like, dude, this is nuts. Like, I've got like a 1-year-old kid, first kid, and it's like, I'm going to die. Like, this is insane. You've got like 4 kids. It's like, yeah, you just wait until they're older. And I was always like so discouraged by that because I was like, there's no way. Like, it can't get harder than this. And like, I'm 100% here to say, like, Bo's going to be 3 in a couple weeks. It 100% gets better. 100. Like, not even close either. Like, way better than those grinding months of like, yeah, she's 3 months old, never sleeps, screams 24/7. Like, those days are like, you're going to get through them. Like, everything's going to get better.
I hate advice like that. Like, don't listen to anybody's actual advice and take it as a fact. Because
for me, like,
I'm just saying in
stop
general,
giving people advice that we're talking to.
I'm just saying, like, people that told you it's going to get way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay.
No, it's you just wait.
Yeah.
They're basing it off of what they're going through right now and how they perceive their kids at that time.
Exactly. And everyone thinks that their situation is the hardest.
Yeah. It's like, no, like, my kid might be a tough, toddler and just a great teenager. Like,
yeah, you just
don't know.
I was thinking the other day, I have a really good buddy that he doesn't have any kids, and I don't know why I got thinking of telling Bronson, like, if he came to me and he's like, dude, I'm having a kid, I would never be like, you just wait. It's terrible. Why would you discourage somebody like that?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you be like, dude, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened?
Oh, it's 100% all on your like how you're feeling about it. Because if
still, I know that like things get tough, but
there's
don't you want to be the guy that's like, dude, it's going to be rough, but you're going to love it. It's going to be the best. And you have more of a positive outlook than a negative. Like, you just want to, why wouldn't you want to be that person?
There's better words for it, right? Like, obviously it's going to get tough, but there's so many benefits and happiness that comes from it. Why don't you say your life is going to change, and in some aspects it's going to get tougher, but it's also going to get way better.
I would say there probably isn't an aspect that it won't get tougher in, but it will just become way more fulfilling. And that's a pretty big up.
I would almost want to stretch the positivity just to give them like a leg up on
like you can do it.
Yeah.
The hard thing is
stretch the negative parts of it,
Yeah.
I would rather somebody say like, dude, it's going to be awesome, so I'm like, I can do this, instead of going into it with a negative attitude.
That's funny. He looks at it like that because I see both sides here. We in our religion, we have missionaries that go out to all different places of the world, and they send 2 of them. You don't get to pick your companion. They send you to, wherever. You live in a little place that's not nice usually at all, and you go out every single day, 7 days a week, all day long, and you teach people about Jesus Christ. That, when the church, growing up in the church, people would always say, oh, it's the best time of your life. It's the greatest thing in the whole world.
About your mission.
About this mission. It's the greatest thing you'll ever do, blah, blah, blah. So in my mind, going into it, I was like, this
is gonna be a blast.
This is gonna be the funnest 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
You know. So I got all excited. I gave my farewell talk, and I got everybody together, and it was great. Then I got out there, and I had rules, and I had things that I had to do, and I wasn't sure about the work. I was questioning my decision. Not that I didn't want to, help spread this message about Jesus Christ, but more just like, this is my everyday now for 2 years. I don't know that I want to do this, or can do this, because it's really hard. I hate this guy I'm with,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't say hate. I really don't agree with this guy. He's super difficult to get along with. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I wish somebody would have come to me and says, listen, it's going to be the best thing for your life because you're going to be able to learn to do hard things, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, you're going to hate it.
If I would have been presented that, then at least I could have gone into it prepared.
Well, you go into it prepared, and then, because, I remember you go, before you go out, there's missionaries in freaking Brazil. They're all over South America. They're all over Africa. Before you go out to this area, you go to a training place where they help you figure out how to be a missionary, like how to teach people and how to
learn a language.
Yeah, you learn a language there. It's called the Missionary Training Center. And I remember my first day there, you're in a room, at night, you're ready to go to bed. You go to bed at say 9:30 or 10 or whatever. And you're in a room, and there's 3 other missionaries. There's 4 of you. And in my room that night, I was the only one of the missionaries in there that wasn't audibly crying. And I was like, man, these poor guys. I kind of wanted to. I was dialed. I feel like I was way more dialed going in, and then it started working me down. It was a month in, and I was like, I'm gonna die.
It must have been that Chick-fil-A I brought you that one time.
Dude, it was. Alex came and visited me at the MTC,
and that is against the rules.
What?
You can't do that.
What I'm saying about that, though, is just the fact that, those guys were told that it was going to just be a magical, amazing thing. And then they get there, and it's horrible. And then they start questioning, is it me? Am I just not good enough? Am I just my dad is just way better? He loved it. Am I the problem? And I think that's why I'm a bit I don't tiptoe around when people are talking about kids, because it's I don't want somebody to get into it, realize it is excruciatingly hard compared to their life before, and be like, wow, everyone else around me thinks it's the most magical, amazing thing, and it's hard for me. I'm struggling with it. What's wrong with me? I'm struggling with it, and I'm the only one. Everyone else loves it, and it's amazing. I love the idea of somebody else being like, you know what? I know Cayleb he knows how I feel because he's been through it. He'll gas me up and say, dude, it's worth it. You've got this. But on the real, it's a struggle as Flip, or at least I struggled like Flip through it.
I agree with that. I think maybe I'll take back what I said, but I wouldn't want to be the reason somebody doesn't have kids or doesn't go on a mission.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree, because now that I think about it, hearing that having a kid is tough, hearing this and that and this and that, it did help me be like, you know what? This is chaos, but this is normal. Everybody does this.
Exactly.
So it sounds like I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
that works.
I got to say this, though. I want to go back to the whole missionary thing. If you're watching this and you've thought about it, or you have a sibling or a son or anybody that is looking to do that, I don't want to come across wrong that we hated it or that it was the worst thing ever for us, because it definitely was not. It taught us unbelievable life lessons. If we could go back, I don't think I would ever not go back and not go, because it taught me so much and did so much for my life. Just go into it not thinking that you're going to go into a party and a good time and fun and, all of that. You're going into a more serious environment. You have a clear mission on what you're trying to do, and you're in it for the long haul. You were signing up for 2 years every single day to essentially do the Lord's work. So just know that is what you're signing up for. It's going to be hard, but it's also going to be you're going to have some great times too. I just want to make that clear.
It's such a weird paradox that like the struggle is what makes it
amazing.
Well, it's what makes it so beneficial for you. Mm-hmm. Like that's the biggest problem. I mean, if you were to point out the biggest problem with society today, I mean, obviously there's tons, but like life isn't hard enough. It's just not. And the hards that are there are literally artificial hards for a lot of people.
It's funny that you say that because life is hard for people now because it got too easy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what 100%. I'm kind of trying to, exactly. That's a better way to say it. But like, dude, back in the flipping, 20s when they were going through the Great Depression, like they were taking tons of different, like surveys and people through the 20s, 30s, 40s. And like people's satisfaction with life now versus then has like plummeted. And you think back, it's like, dude, how could anyone have been satisfied with life during the 20s? Like, it's insane. And it's like, dude, it's because life was so brutal and so tough that it was so worth doing.
They were just grateful to have a family.
Yeah.
Or they were just grateful to have a brother understood them.
Yeah. Or like, their freaking dad died in World War I, and they, their cousin didn't. He made it back, and now they're buddies. Or like whatever it is. Life was so brutal that it gave you so much purpose that it was satisfying. Like humans are built for brutal.
I always think of like the pioneers that trekked across with flipping wagons.
It's insane.
And then you look at today, there's so many people that struggle with mental things. And like, I don't think back then they would have struggled with mental things that much because it was like, you got to find your next meal.
Yeah, you were preoccupied.
You got to make sure you don't freeze to death tonight. That you're not thinking about like life gets too easy, and then your mind needs to solve problems, so it makes problems to solve.
Yeah,
it's a crazy thing.
The human existence is, we are unbelievable copers and unbelievable adapters.
Oh yeah,
like we can adapt to any environment, and it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, how successful you are. Like everybody has that built into them. Everybody can adapt to an environment. And I think that's such a crazy thing where you talk about, the 20s and the Great Depression, those people, they adapted to that situation. We've adapted to ours.
Yeah.
So that to me blows my mind, thinking, what is our minds actually capable of doing in the situation we're at right now? I haven't had to live like I was in the Great Depression. It is simple, though.
It's simple, but it's crazy to think about.
If you look at the guy that just graduated high school, he doesn't really have much going on, versus the guy that knows his purpose with his kids.
Yeah,
he has an obligation. He's more happy, at least on the outside. And
I would say more inside. On the inside than the outside, maybe.
He has fulfillment in his life. He's accomplishing things. The human wants to do that, but it's so funny how that's the case, but our first instincts are always what's safe.
Yeah, or what's
how to get out of this hard situation.
Totally.
We're good adapters. We're good perseverers. We're good at all these things, but we always reset back to,
wanting to hang out and relax.
Yeah. How do I make
get rid of responsibility?
That's what I was going towards. Is you lay in bed on Saturday morning and you're like, I don't want to get up and do the dishes. That sounds terrible. And it's like, there's a dishwasher that does it for you. All you got to do is put it in, and you're complaining about getting up and doing that when people 100, 200 years ago had to go down and fill a bucket up from a well a mile away and bring it back
just to wash for your next meal.
And it's like,
and those people were probably more satisfied with life than you are.
That's what I'm saying, is the easier life gets, the harder life gets. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Like all this technology, all of these things that make your life easier, it's nice because like surface level, you don't have to do this anymore. But deep down, that's not good for you.
Yeah.
You need hard things in your life. That's what you're built for. We're built to overcome and to endure. And, you know, you take, what was that YouTube channel that it's like that boys club or
The boys club.
the guy with the beard.
Oh yeah. Dude. His name's
good stuff.
The
ranch, the boy
Dwayne.
ranch, Dwayne.
It's Wrangler School, Dry Creek Wrangler School.
That's what it was.
I don't know exactly what they do, but it sounds like it's something to do where he takes these struggling young men and he brings them to his ranch and makes them work. And
does he actually? Does he
I believe
bring
he does,
guys
yeah.
there? It's got to be a small group. If
I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but
if he doesn't, he should.
There's a ton of people that do that. Like our buddy Ricky, he started this youth thing where they go and do things like that, where it's like there's 2 or 3 days where you don't have your phone, you're doing these uncomfortable things all day, every day, and you come out and you graduate, and he's like, dude, the amount of struggling youth that come in there, that even they don't struggle, like, he's like, they are different people, and it's like, because we make them do hard things all day, every day.
Sick, dude.
It's so cool. Now I look at my life, and I'm like, if I complain one more time about having to flip and clean the shower or something, grow up, dude. You could have it so much worse.
Obviously, we're not, the origin of this thought process. It's,
We struggle with it too.
Well, and we struggle with it too, but these are clearly not our, we didn't come up with this idea. It's been said plenty of times before, but we're just going to we're hopping on the ship of pushing the rest of that story to the world, or pushing more of that story to the world. So if you're struggling, man, and you don't know what to do about it, it sounds crazy, but take some more freaking responsibility, and that will make you matter. If people are counting on you, or you have to count on yourself, it will make you see how important you are. It'll make you feel important. You'll be more satisfied.
And sometimes you have to become important. You don't get out of school or, in school or whatever, and you're just naturally important to everybody. You have to make yourself important to people.
You need to use a different word than important, probably.
Well,
important.
Maybe there is a better word for that. But what I'm saying is like
provide value.
Provide value. When you do that, people will catch on, and now you're important to them. Now you're a big deal. Where before they lasted without you, fine. But now they make it so they need you, and then you'll have a lot of fulfillment.
This is along the lines of what we talked about. We went to a YouTube conference last week, and they teach you how to get better at YouTube, how to get better at thumbnails, how to get better at business, all these things. And I remember talking with you guys on the way back, and we're like, people that are starting a business or have an idea or whatever, and their goal is to just make money, it seems like it doesn't work out as much as the guy that wants to provide value. He doesn't care how much he makes. You want to provide value, the money finds him. He doesn't go find the money. It finds him, because when you provide value, it's just like as a person, if you provide value, whether it's the people that you want to like you or not, you're going to find people that enjoy your value, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you provide value as a human, the right people are going to find you.
It's been said a million times, and I've read that. Like, I love Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Several books he's written. He's phenomenal in that sort of aspect of like, don't chase the money, provide value. But it literally, like, it kind of clicked. I had like a light bulb moment in the truck on our way back, and it was like, You can almost imagine yourself in your next, your new business venture, almost downstairs, like creating money on a printing press if you're making something that's going to bring value. It's the same thing. Like money is just value. It's like they're the same thing.
Exchange of value.
So yeah, if you are doing something that's going to bring the world value, whether it's a YouTube channel where people can go to you and connect or be entertained, or it's some great idea to help people save money with something, like whatever it is, it's the value that you're bringing that makes the money.
But what I'm trying to say
Like that
is,
sounds so simple. I don't know how it hasn't, like,
it
I'm
applies
not
to
saying
money,
it right.
but it also applies to relationships. You bring value to a woman, she's going to want a relationship with you, right? You bring value to your friends, they're going to want to be friends with you.
That's a good point.
I feel like along those lines, I feel like that's a pretty big problem with a lot of young people. I think it's a big social thing too, like a social problem. You get this young kid and he, struggles with his self-image. He maybe he's a little bit of a different kid, doesn't have a lot of friends or whatever. He finally meets a girl that'll give him some attention, and here comes this offload of all of these things that he's struggling with. His parents don't treat him right. He's got all of this like internal turmoil that he's offloading onto this girl, and then she splits because she's like, I don't want, because a relationship is exactly what you're saying. You got to bring value. And if you're bringing value, there's no one's going to ever want to not be your friend or not want to be in a relationship with you because you just bring so much value.
I think that's funny because I don't think there was one guy that I knew me and Alex went to high school together. I was a senior, he was a sophomore, and I don't think there was a freaking guy in high school that could pick up girls easier than Alex. It was pathetic.
Plenty.
I didn't see it.
It was out of hand.
But it was so funny because it wasn't, Alex came to provide like confidence. He provided security. He provided a good time. He provided somebody who would listen. He would provide, all these things. And that's why he had such a big friend group. That's why he had so many girls chasing him. Is because
there was a lot of value to be friends with Alex.
Yes. And I find that so interesting to where the people that don't have the friends and don't have the girls, nobody really wants to be around them. They're kind of tucked in the corner, not showing their value. Everybody has value to give. You just need to know what it is and actually sell it. Like,
totally.
If nobody knows what it is, nobody's ever going to find you.
Totally.
I appreciate you saying that.
Well,
sometimes
it just
I'm
hit
like,
me.
I don't know what flipping value I brought anybody.
You just had a massive friend group. Everybody respected you big time, and you could pick up girls like nobody's business. And it was just,
if you're wondering, if what Brady's saying is true, you might not know a guy like Alex that is a great listener and is positive all the time. Most people do, but I can't think of very many in my high school. But like everyone knows of the funniest kid in your class or something. Like that's just another way to provide value.
You're not talking the kid that farts in the middle of class and everybody looks at.
Dude, that kid's providing me all the value I need. But that's value because the kid that is funny, makes you laugh. You love feeling that way and you want to be around him. And so it's the same principle. There's just plenty of ways to bring value. You might have good ideas of something fun you can do. You might have a sick dirt bike or something you and your buddies could go play around with. However it is you bring value, dude, if you're bringing value, you're gonna have everyone around you love you.
Just think of a happy marriage too. You've got the man in this sort of relationship, to each their own, but the man goes to work and he comes home with a paycheck and he keeps a roof over your head and then food and all that stuff. And then the wife, she raises the kids and does that, it's like you're providing this value and she's providing this value, and together you're like, you're doing a value that I don't want or can't do, and I'm doing the one that you don't want or can't do. And it's this perfect thing that's like, I couldn't stay home with the kids all day.
Well, both of those things sustain life. That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
When you can do those two things.
You're like splitting up the
what necessary stuff.
Need. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, with what you're saying, actually, you know what? I lost my train of thought when you said what you said about it being important, about being necessity. But
if you stop doing that, you stop providing your value in some way, or even the value of like, you go home and she just needs someone to listen to her. If you're like, I don't have time, that was of value to her to have someone listen. And if you don't do that anymore, like, that's when problems arise. So if you keep providing the value, you should be in good shape.
I remember what I was going to say. I think this is such a hard fundamental thing because society has changed. Back in the day, a lot of people had more kids. A lot of time it took all the kids helping to make the world go round. Whether you lived on a farm or you were a small, maybe your kids, there were some times where kids worked to bring back some money at a mill or whatever. And it was like, what can I do to make this work? And now society's changed to where it's like, what can you do for me? What I don't have to be given this. It's never what can I contribute to what's going on these days. And it's just a recipe for being miserable.
It's very true.
That's a good point.
In dating culture this day and age, it's never...
Yeah, what do you have to bring to the table?
Right,
No.
right. It's like, I'm asking about you because what will you do for me?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
This is a good conversation because a lot of people that watch us are anywhere from, younger teenage kids to guys that are 36, 40, and then of course there's some in between, but that's kind of our main audience. And we're speaking right exactly to those guys that whether you're in school or you're out of school and maybe you're not married or you're in a relationship and maybe it's, it struggles or whatever and you're trying to overcome certain things, which we all are. There's really a lot to take from something like what we're talking about, like the whole value thing. I'm thinking about how I was in school, and if I quick paint the picture of how I was, I'm a little bit like I am now, but times like 100. I walked around like I had a chip on my shoulder. Do not mess with me. I was fairly tough for my size, but like I acted way tougher than I actually was. I don't care if you're the biggest football jock on the flipping team and you're 350 pounds. I'm going to smoke you in an arm wrestle. Like, I don't care who you are. And that one quality, if it's a good thing, in a way it's a good thing, in another way it's a horrible thing. But that was the only way I could get chicks. That was it.
Oh yeah, it goes a long ways with women because that's what they're looking for. But
they love confidence.
With dudes, it does not go a long ways.
I've had multiple people even after high school say like, you were the most intimidating guy that I still to this day know. And I was like, I was just this little guy. I wouldn't have hurt you for nothing. Like, I wasn't mean. I wasn't looking for fights. I put off this really...
You were pretty abrasive.
I was fairly abrasive.
You were intimidating.
I was a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
I still am a little bit, but way less. I have way less of a chip on my shoulders. But that little quality of just confidence is the only way I could get chicks. It wasn't looks. It wasn't muscles. It wasn't personality.
But you were a fairly funny guy.
Well, I mean, I had a little bit of those characteristics here and there, but I was never known for being the funny guy. Cayleb,
really?
He was the funny guy.
You
Alex
had your crap together.
Well,
that's what
maybe
a
little bit more
too.
Yeah.
You knew who you were. You knew what you were doing. You had the sick truck. You always had money. Like, you provided value in that way of like, we're not just gonna go, hang out on Friday. I'm going to be building my Jeep.
Yeah.
If you want to come over.
I bounced around friend groups a lot because like I didn't like these guys because they just want to go play video games and mess around all day, where I was a little bit more serious and wanted to start a business and make some money and, do those things. And there was value in that. But as I take a step back looking at the value that I actually bring, I didn't bring my friends any value. That's probably why I didn't have a lot of friends,
You were of value to older people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the people that are out of school, starting a business, building a Jeep, that's who you meshed with.
Yeah.
Because the high school thing, like, you didn't care. You didn't need value to be brought to you in school.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, I want to hang out with guys that are starting businesses and doing this. I think that's where
Older.
you even still thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the only girls that ever wanted to really hang out with me were the ones that didn't want to do school stuff. If they wanted to go, shoot,
Go duck hunting.
go duck hunting or go fishing or go ride four-wheelers and Jeep outside of school, you wanted to slough school, let's go, do something along those lines. Those were the girls that were interested. And I'm saying this to help people
Yeah,
understand.
it's a big deal.
You're going to mesh with the people that are most interested in the things that you were interested in, when it comes to that. But I was providing value to these women that were into that, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's definitely an awkward thing to talk about because you feel like, wow, I don't want to be preaching this kind of thing. But I was watching, there's a guy, he wrote a book called Hard Times Create Strong Men. And it's about that cycle. His name's Stefan. He actually passed away. He was 30-something years old. He was just an impressive guy. And he would go around and give these seminars, talking about his books. He was a thinker. And I can't say that I would recommend his books because they're extremely explicit in their language. They're not exactly, he's a dude. He's a dude. But he would go around in these things and take polls for what these people wanted to hear, young men. And number one on their list every time was they wanted to talk about or learn how to get girls, how to be good with women. And the notch down from that is how to make money. And I don't even remember the third one. I don't even think he said the third one because that was all anyone was thinking about.
Yeah.
And so what you said, I think it provides some value. You can take it for what it cost you. This podcast was free to whoever's listening. But man, I sat down with our cousin, dude, and he's 20 something and or 20, early 20s, and dude, it was huge to him to hear some things that were of serious value about what women like, and it's just such a mess these days, man.
It's
It's
bad.
such a mess, dude.
The dating world is rough.
I'm so grateful to not be I'm never a validating person at all. But if you're a young man in high school, between high school and getting married, those years are tough, dude. If you're struggling through them, it's good. It's all good because everyone in those years was struggling through them, and they're tough. And if you're making it through them, keeping your head up, you're a freaking dog.
Yeah, and you're probably looking at some of these other guys looking around like, man, he's got his crap together. That kid, man, he's good at this, he's good at that. He's got women, he's got, this and that. He doesn't. He just looks like it on the outside.
dude.
He's putting on a great show. People don't have to have it figured out at this age. You really never actually fully have it figured out.
Yeah. No, and I would say, this is obviously debatable, but this is just Cayleb's. I hate saying things that are my opinion. I like to talk about what I know is the case, but this is my opinion. You're not going to have your crap together until you're married. I don't think any man can without a wife behind him. He just isn't going to have the confidence necessary. He's going to be continually concerned about how he looks, how he's presenting himself. a good woman, a good wife will hold him to the level that it takes to have your crap together, quote, in quotations. Obviously, nobody has their real crap together, but you ain't going to be, you can't compare yourself to somebody that's had a wife. Like, it's just, you can't.
I'll say this, because I got married later in life. I was 27.
20. How old are you? 28? Yep. Yeah, your anniversary was just barely, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you're 29 now, right?
You should remember this.
20. Okay, I was 28.
28, yeah.
I had a lot of fun between when I graduated to when I got married. Good friend group, going on trips, having fun. And I was like, man, when I get married, life's just not going to be as fun anymore, but that's just what you do. Life gets so much better. My life now, I would never go back.
I think better was
Ever.
the right adjective there.
What did I say?
Better. You said better, but I was just hoping you weren't going to say fun because it's not true. But better is true, I would say.
Well, however you want to describe it, it's worth doing 100%. I would not trade my life now to be going on trips with your single friends all the time. At being married and especially having a kid, it doesn't look as glamorous as posting going to Maui, but it's way more fulfilling.
Yeah.
Way more.
I hate how the world doesn't portray that. It really shows you that it's all about all the fun you
Dude,
can
it's
have.
bad. It's bad.
It's pathetic.
It's like there's such a huge positive connotation behind big dreams. The person that wants to live in, travel to Italy. It's like, yeah, well, they got big dreams. And it's such a positive thing when in reality it's like, it's cool that you want to do that, but like, stop telling people, young people, that that's what's going to make them satisfied. And it just won't. You're going to get to Italy, might be cool, but you're not going to be as satisfied as you think you'll be. You just won't.
Think about this. You know how growing up we always heard, if you're looking for your wife or looking for a girlfriend or whatever, they say, quit looking and just focus on what you're doing. They will come.
I've never heard that in my life.
What?
I've
Did
heard
you?
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Focus on what you're doing, you say.
We should have taught Cabe that when he was little. But no, it was like, put your head down, quit. As soon as you quit looking, they'll come.
Oh,
You'll
I see
find,
what you're
you
saying.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
That's kind
it's
of the
going to come
idea.
when you least expect it.
Yes.
Because you're not. Okay, yeah.
You know what it probably is like exactly what we're talking about here. You put away that, okay, I'm searching for this girlfriend. And even if she's standing right there and you're looking for it, she's not going to come because she's not chasing it. We like to chase things. We like to chase things out of reach.
Men or just us three?
Everybody on earth.
Uh-huh.
We chase money. We chase good, friendships. We chase good, cool things we want to experience. We chase the things that we want. She's not chasing nothing if you're doing all the work and wanting that, right? Wanting the relationship. As soon as you forget it and you focus on your career, you focus on, whatever you have going at the time, football, some sort of sport, all of a sudden she has to chase you.
Oh, I see
know
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying. Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, she's chasing me. I'm interested in that. And now we have a little thing going. I wonder if it's that sort of like fundamental idea of what we're talking about here on how to find, because you're bringing value, right? You're bringing value as in, I'm turning this off, looking for you, but I'm focused on searching for my future, and I'm providing value, naturally by doing those things, and now other things start finding you and chasing you. I don't know if I'm explaining that right or not.
I kind of see what you're saying. But
Kind of an interesting idea.
I would throw one thing out at, and this is, tell me what you think about this. This is some advice that I gave to Callie that worked for me.
Which is our little sister.
Our little sister, Callie. Because, like, you know, just like every girl, Callie's always wanted to be in love. She wasn't married at the time. And she was explaining to me how she just didn't feel like she was ever going to find the right guy. And this applies to guys trying to find women as well. And I told her a huge problem that I was seeing in her and a lot of young people, that you aren't talking to and meeting people and entertaining things that you know and could see going further. You're wasting your time. And what I mean by that is, when you are, you know, you got to Snapchat, you know, you're Snapchatting all these girls. It's like, name one of those girls that has the qualities you need in a wife. And if you can't name one of them, stop talking to all of them. And if you can name one of them, stick with one of them. And I think there, again, it's this culture of like dating and all this stuff. It's like, dude, if you can't see the wife you need or the wife you're looking for in her, you're wasting your time in hers. At least that was the way that I saw it. I'm a little bit in your face about the way that crap is. I remember when me and Lou first went on a date, I'm so this way that I literally told her, I was like, well, I like you. Do you like me? She was looking at me like,
nobody's asked me that before.
Yeah. She's like, well, yeah. And I was like, well, I think we should keep going out then. And it was so clear, like, listen, I'm not here to waste your time. I like you. Do you like me? Well, yeah. All right, let's run it. And I never went on a second date with a girl that was like, yeah, she doesn't have it. She's too immature. She's whatever those things are. Like, I was looking for a wife every single time. And I told Callie that. I was like, she's got dudes all over her DMs. And she's flipping, probably just trying to be nice, but also talking to them, entertaining, probably just trying to be nice. But it's like, stop going on dates with goofs. And only go on dates. It's like, yeah, that guy, he has, at least as far as I can see, the qualities that I need out of a husband. I just hate the games, man. Mm-hmm. So many games these days people are playing.
Well, I didn't know we were going to go on that tangent.
I feel like we do that a lot.
I think it was good. But I do want to tell the nice viewers, we had a funny story about what happened in Moab. And I want them to hear this before this podcast is over, because this is information that you got to be an insider to know. So is it all right if we switch to Moab here? Or do you guys got more to say?
I think we got it. I feel pretty good. Hopefully if somebody's listening that needed to hear something,
I'm going to read every comment. Me personally, I'm reading every comment on this podcast. And if you like talking about this kind of stuff, I feel like we're kind of having a conversation, even though you guys aren't saying anything. I feel like we are. If you like that kind of thing, I've got to hear about it, because,
let us know if it impacted you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want.
We need to know.
But now we'll give you a little bonus because you made it in this far.
Yeah, what the flip happened in Moab that
There was a lot of things.
It happened to you.
Okay.
Oh.
So we went and ran Pridget. Funnest day I've had in a long time. That was a riot. Finally got to drive my Jeep. Everybody's Jeep ran good. And Cayleb and I had to go home the next night for family stuff. So we're like, well, flip, we have another day. Let's go wheeling. So we call up Rory. Rory comes on this trail with us. And it was me, Cayleb, Dad, Tazen, Mitch.
And if you don't know Rory, he's our super good friend, lives in Moab. We friggin' love him. He does off-road recovery, Trailmater YouTube channel.
If you don't know Rory,
what are you doing?
Get with it. What the flip?
He's a riot. He's about 6'4".
Yeah,
he could squish all of us like a bug, but
and he doesn't.
No, and he doesn't.
He loves us.
And he treats us like we're his own kids.
Yeah,
he is
the best
dude ever.
He is.
And he would literally do anything for us.
And like those people, that everyone's like, don't meet your heroes. If Rory's your hero, well, I don't know. The thing is, Rory doesn't put up with stupid people. No. So you've got to be kind of careful. Like, if you're
stupid.
or you're super abrasive trying to be friends. Like, some people come up to Cayleb and like, dude, you're an idiot. What do I say to that?
Yeah, we get you're trying to be funny.
Yeah, like, I understand that's the way we are with each other because we're brothers.
Yeah.
But you can't a stranger can't come up to Cayleb and call him an idiot and think that Caleb's going to love him. Like,
if I'm in the right mood, I'll probably be like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Probably. But in most moods, I'm like, who the flip? Like, are you messing? Like, are you filming me?
Don't
like,
do that to Rory.
If you show up to Rory's house because you're like a fan, it's not going to be good.
No, that's fine. Don't show up and tell him what he's doing.
Yeah.
I really just don't
But don't
tell
do
him
that
what
to
he's
anybody.
doing
Don't do that
in
to
general.
anybody.
But anyways, this is the kind of guy Rory is. Like, he drives rigs on trails all day, every day. And his getaway is to go drive a rig on a trail every day.
Yeah.
He loves it.
There's like 5 trails in Moab, and he's like doing them every day. And that's what he still does for fun.
So we're out there just for fun. We're like, we'll put the cameras away because we don't get a Jeep that often without cameras. And it's...
Believe it or not, we still love the sport of rock crawling.
We do. And it's just fun to put the cameras away, enjoy each other's company, and relax. And so we call Rory when we do that because he loves that as well. So we got this big group of Jeeps. This is Saturday, and we go run Rusty Nail. And it's a flipping riot. The weather's perfect. The trail's fun. Everybody's having a flipping blast. And we run Rusty Nail, go all the way through it, no problems. And if you've ever been on Rusty Nail, there's no left turn. And then that whole cliff that you kind of ride all the way over to where it goes into Golden Spike. Is that what it is? Or Gold Bar Rim?
One of them. I don't remember.
One of the gold trails. So we stopped, and we're having lunch, and we pull up, and Caleb's getting out of his Jeep, and he's looking under it. I'm like, uh-oh. Because he's not in a very good spot. He's like down this ledge by the cliff that you'd have to come back up. And I'm like, I hope nothing's wrong with his Jeep.
And he's all underneath it, and that's not like Cayleb.
And then he gets back in, goes forward a couple feet, and then gets back out. And I'm like, oh, boy. I mean, you can take it from here. But
I yelled to him. I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, I was so confused.
It was weird because his hood was off, and I could see his fan spinning. I'm like, well, it's running.
The thing is it happened, and it was bad, but I didn't know what it was yet.
We were clear the flip in the middle of nowhere,
like,
with trails on both sides of us to get out.
And I was going to preface it with that. Rusty Nail is like probably the second funnest trail in Moab because it's probably the second hardest trail in Moab. The only problem with Rusty Nail is it's clear the flip. Like, so far, it's nuts.
And we were in the worst spot to have something happen.
And yeah, dude, I almost forgot about this, but I'm glad that I don't know how I almost forgot about this. So I'm going down, and I was following Rory. You kind of go down this little ledge, and then you turn around, you come back up this ledge. And I had never been down it before. It's kind of an option thing at the end of Rusty Nail. Rory goes down it, and there's like a huge cliff on the one side. Like
100-footer.
Like 100-foot cliff.
At least.
And it's like an undercut huge ledge. It's scary. I don't like that crap. So I was a little bit further away from the cliff than where Rory doesn't care.
Let me throw a little more context. He's probably 20 feet from the edge of this cliff.
Yeah, so close enough to be too close to it.
And he had to drop down off of a ledge probably 4 feet tall or so. And the ledge spanned, 50 feet, and you could go off either closer to the cliff, which was a little bit smaller, or go a little bit further away from the cliff, and the ledge got bigger.
So I'm coming down it, and Brady and Alex and none of the rest of the group were there yet. Me and Rory. Rory was in the front. I was right behind Rory, and we were just kind of going. Everybody was still coming down the left turn. We're just playing, and I come down this ledge. I'm going pretty slow, but my front tires come off the ledge, and I kind of feel a little jolt, and my motor starts running weird, and I'm like, What is that? And it's like...
It felt like you just tapped your skid plate or something.
No, what it felt like was like I come off something and my front comes down, When I say I came off it slow, I wasn't flying.
He doesn't go slow anywhere.
But like I came off and, my shocks come down. It felt like I had just tapped my bumps on the front. But it wasn't like I do that everywhere I go. I never like... inch off of stuff. I don't have time for that. So my Jeep starts running weird, and I'm like, it's whoa, 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 and it's shaking profusely, and I'm like, what is going on?
You're not running a hood, so he can perfectly see the motor.
I can
in front of
see
him,
my motor,
and it's doing this,
doing the truffle shuffle in the engine bay.
And we're not talking a little vibration, like
no, we're talking
this.
Like it's gonna throw a belt. It's shaking so hard.
And I'm like, dude, I just lost the motor mount for sure. So I get
Which
out,
has happened before on
Rusty Nail.
Crazy. 1 a.m.
At this point, you had parked, and we all came down, and we're like, I didn't even know what's going on. Still,
my tires are like 2 feet away from the ledge, so my Jeep, is sitting at like a 45-degree angle. And I'm out of my Jeep. My Jeep's in park. Huge ledge. I was scared that my Jeep was going to like lose park and roll into oblivion. But I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to keep driving down this if my motor's going to fall out. So I'm like looking around again, which is not like me. Brady's probably very concerned because I'm never checking stuff on my Jeep. And I'm looking around. I can't find anything.
We all looked around it and couldn't
wait a minute.
Figure it out.
Wait a minute. I'm going to get to that point. I'm looking around. Bolts are tight in the motor mounts. Motor mounts are fine. Nothing's cracked. I'm like, what is going on? It's not throwing a code. It's like nothing. And so I shut it off. I'm like, what on earth was that all about? Turn it back on. It's doing the same thing.
We're thinking maybe the harmonic balancer came up and hit his truss and it's hopping. And
were you guys thinking that?
I did. I checked that first.
That's what I said. I'm like, oh, it's probably that.
Well, wait a minute. So I get back in my Jeep, start it up, starts right up, and still doing it. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. So I come off of the ledge and get down to where it's flat because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Shut the Jeep off, and these guys, start kind of walking down like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on.
See, and normally, in a normal circumstance, hey, what's wrong? Oh, I
know
busted
right
this, or oh, this came apart. Or,
like, I've built this Jeep. I've built everything. If it makes a weird noise, I know what it is. It does anything funny, I know exactly what it is. I had no clue. And so we're walking around trying to, looking for stuff. And again,
like we're 5 guys under there wondering what's going on.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not like it's Rory, me, you two, Mitch, Dad. Like, we're not like, we've been there, done that on the trail. We broke everything. And we're thinking, like, I wonder if my, like you said, harmonic balancer hit my truss, but man, that would have been bad.
All I could think was this harmonic balancer just flipping out. And I looked at it. It wasn't that. And I'm like, well, if it's not that, look at the other side of the motor. And that's when I looked between your shock hoop.
Did you find it?
Uh-huh. I looked between your thing to see the back of the motor and the transmission. And they were not connected.
And they were not connected anymore. And right about an inch behind the bolts, there's a crack from one side of the bell housing up the transmission all the way to the other side. Running like parallel to the firewall. Cracked the bell housing off the transmission.
Essentially,
I was just going to say the wiggle, I still think was the torque converter fluid bouncing because it didn't have the transmission to stabilize it.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I do. Essentially, what happened was he came off this ledge, and sure enough, imagine a flat ledge like this table with a little outcropping like this right in front of it.
For the people that can't see, he's doing gestures with a cup coaster.
Yeah. He came off of that perfectly, and his back of his oil pan hit the ledge, the little outcropping in that drop, and it was just high enough. He doesn't have an engine skid plate. Boom. Hit the oil pan, sent it up, which busted the top of the bell housing and essentially created hit it in the center and cracked it in half. So
yeah, and it's crazy how much it didn't take to do it. Because like when Brady says, yeah, he tagged his oil pan, we're talking like barely. I mean, the oil pan is cast aluminum. Like
that's a tough oil pan, dude.
It is, but like you said, there's just like some rock debris. You just kind of
it's a little bit white
off.
It's a little bit white. It didn't even like dent it, crack it, nothing. There's just a little bit of white, like from a rock. And now, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't even have known that it hit.
I don't know that you could say a little bit. It's 3 inches wide, and it hit it right square where there's the back plate where the drain bolt is. It hit it right there on that angle. It was a good hit. I mean,
I was driving. It was not a good hit.
It looks
Trust
like
me,
it was a good hit.
If it came down hard, I would have been a little bit more like, ooh.
Either way, that's what it had to have been.
Well, let me throw this out. Do you think you could take a transmission case, set it down on the ground, take a sledgehammer, okay, not whack it, but just give it a good poof with cast aluminum? What would it do? It'd probably crack. You could probably get it to crack.
What are you talking about?
That's essentially what happened. You just smacked it.
Oh,
cast
smacked
aluminum.
the top of the bell housing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe we could run a scientific experiment on that. But all I'm saying is maybe I just didn't understand how weak they are. But
they're weaker than you think.
They must be way weaker than you think.
There's a good chance you fractured it pogo sticking up rocker knocker.
We were not nice to it the day before.
Jeez.
That could have fractured the top, and then that just ended it. But what was crazy is it was running, shaking like crazy, but nothing was leaking. Nothing, like it was running all right. We weren't leaking ATF out of like the pump or anything. It was like, this is running, so like we can help it get out, but I'm afraid it's going to ruin maybe crank bearings, or there was something else we were worried about. Like we probably
I was worried about the
run
motor.
this.
I didn't really care about the transmission. It's cooked. I just didn't want to ruin that motor because it was as expensive as it was. And for anybody that, is in the know on motors and stuff, what was I gonna say? There were a couple more things that were going on. The way that my motor's mounted. It's not hard mounted. There's poly bushings on my motor mounts and a big solid poly bushing, like not solid, but a big thick poly bushing as a singular mounted on my adapter. That's it. And I have, body mounts, everything, like it's pretty isolated. It's not like a rock bouncer thing, because like everyone asks that I've told. It's like, oh, is it hard mounted? It's like, no. They're like, whoa, really?
Yeah, everybody asks about the way it's mounted, and then we tell them, and it's like, oh, well, that's how it should be.
Yeah, it's exactly how it should be. So
pretty wild thing to happen. So we're in the middle of this trail with a broken Jeep. It's like,
and it's like 4.
Rory, this isn't why we called you, but
why every time we just wheel for fun with Rory, not just when we're filming, but when we film for fun, we are using Rory's full advantage of his towing capabilities.
Dude, he was in his buggy with like one rope,
like
because he's
no
like, we're just going out
gear.
to play. I don't
Yeah.
need my gear. He takes it out.
And I think you could probably guess how much recovery gear we had. Zero.
Did we even have a
Nothing.
D-ring?
No. Somebody, one of you two, took the recovery bags out of somewhere. The Charmac had 15 recovery bags with rope,
And
D-rings,
a new
snatch blocks,
a new transmission.
a new transmission, a winch. We didn't have any of it.
So out of everybody there, Rory was the first to be like, "Oh, I'll pull you out. It won't be that bad." That's the kind of guy Rory is. He wasn't like, "Yeah, you guys just figure it out."
And he never went,
Never. And we were like, "Rory, maybe, we could go get our flipping mini wrecker if we need. That ain't going to do nothing, but we could." He's like, "No. Like, hook on right now." Throws a soft shackle. And he's like, "I think we can just tow you out." All
and
right.
I'm thinking the road out of there from, wherever it's Gold Bar Rim or whatever to where the truck is, if your Jeep's running, it takes probably 2.5 hours.
No.
It takes forever to get through there. So we never go that way.
it's a lot of miles.
We always turn around and go back down Rusty Nail because it's shorter. That tells you how far it is. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to go out that flipping other way. And Rory's like, no, let's just go back down Rusty Nail. And
He's
I'm
like, that's how I do it when I'm pulling people with my trailer. You pull a trailer backwards through Rusty Nail?
He said that?
Yeah.
Holy
It's crazy,
flip.
dude.
So yeah, he hooked on, and I was like, well, if he's wanting to go back down Rusty Nail, I'm not going to fight him because I don't flipping know. I don't do
That's
this.
the shortest route.
And I didn't want to have my Jeep running. So he dead pulled me almost the entire way through Rusty Nail.
He did no left turn back. I was in front of him and parked my Jeep because I'm like, he's going to need a winch to me to get Caleb's front tire. He drove the whole thing.
Didn't back up once.
Didn't need a winch point. Drove the whole thing while dead pulling Caleb.
Dead pulled my Jeep through no left turn.
And Caleb would just start his Jeep just enough to use the power steering when he needed it.
Yep.
And he dead pulled him all the way through.
Never went into gear or anything because I didn't want any of the attention or the tension to go into the drivetrain and move stuff. And so I started it up to turn a little bit, and Rory literally pulled us no problems all the way out of Rusty Nail backwards.
But
the best part of the
best
story.
part, we're driving and we're like out of the trail pretty much.
Alex is in front of Rory. Rory's pulling me, and Brady and Dad are behind me.
In Dad's JL.
Alex was in front just making sure everything was okay in the front. He was kind of the leader in case, we needed him.
Need a winch point, I'm just up there. I'm just there to help. So we're driving up this really, really rocky road, and all of a sudden I'm looking at my dash because I'll just check coolant temp, and it raises a degree. I'm like, Then it raises another degree, and then it raises another degree, and I'm like, all right. At this point, I know my Jeep, and I know it shouldn't be doing that. And then I start to smell coolant.
Oh.
I'm like, oh no. So I throw in park, and I just open my door and lean out under it, still sitting in my seat, coolant going everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm like, no.
All over the place.
So I get out, open my flipping hood, and my York compressor had eaten through my upper radiator hose.
The belt.
What did I say?
You said the York compressor. I'm just saying, just clarifying. The belt went through the upper radiator.
It was the compressor. Clutch.
Yeah, but yeah. The compressor's not moving. So I just figured I'd clarify that it was the belt or clutch. I got you.
Either way, it was broken. So Brady and Dad hook on to me. Rory was like, dude, I got like 16 tire plugs. We plug that thing right back up.
We could electrical tape that thing. We'll get it out of here. We're all like, what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, let's just hook. I don't want to flip. And it's hot. I don't want to take it off. Just pull me. So Brady and Dad hook on to me. Rory's still hooked on to Cabe.
Caleb and Alex got pulled all the way out of Rusty Nail.
Well, it's not over yet, though, because we're coming out and we stop because Dad was like, let me just let the Jeep. You were driving Dad's Jeep. You're like, let's just let it cool down. We can't really see the temps because it's some digital flipping gauge. So Rory pulls up, and Brady was like, it'd be kind of funny if Rory was pulling both of you out of here.
I'm going to send you that clip to
I
put
need
here.
to.
It's so good.
So we unhook from Dad's Jeep and hook my Jeep onto the back of Caleb's Jeep. And I'm like, all right, we're going to go like half a mile. We're going to get this shot just because it's funny. And then Rory's going to stop and I'll hook back onto Dad. Rory pulled me and Cayleb all the way back to the trailer.
All the way. I was like, Rory, we can unhook. He's like, no, we'll just keep going. He pulled you guys up that massive hill all around the cliffs and then dropped back down the other side. I was like,
with a 4-liter 6-cylinder and an automatic tranny.
yeah.
There was probably 180 horsepower that pulled 2,000 horsepower back to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not even mad about it. Rory's flipping rigs, dude. They can handle. I can't. My Jeep wouldn't have done that flip.
Wouldn't have pulled
Overheated
them?
Something
Why?
would have got too hot. My tranny would have started slipping.
Oh, heck.
Something would have happened.
I flip and love Rory. That's all I'm going to say about it. Shout out to Rory.
That's the kind of crap that would have made a pretty decent video, but you know you got to draw the line somewhere.
I don't think that I'm going to pull that transmission out and I don't think I'm going to build another transmission. I think I'm going to pull that thing out, have that bell housing welded up, and throw it right back in. Because let's be honest, guys, that transmission, it's got some magic in it.
Don't let it out.
We're not letting the magic out of that one.
That tranny, it did not sign up for the life you've given it.
No, but dude, it's taking it like an absolute champ.
Just so
It's a
everybody
freaking
knows,
soldier.
We've been telling everybody this because it's hilarious. When Cayleb was building his twin turbo setup, and I was building my first LS setup for my Jeep, we went to the junkyard and got these trannies. Used trannies. We didn't know the history, so we're like, we'll get them rebuilt. And we had less than $5 to get them rebuilt. So we found this guy on KSL, our local classifieds, and I worked this deal to where we brought him 2 trannies. He would rebuild both of them and a new torque converter for $1,600 each. That is as cheap as a flip and rebuild can come with a torque converter.
We were enthusiastic about this whole thing. So that's the transmission that's still in that Jeep.
With 1,000 horsepower for 2 years, 3 years?
Probably 2.
I mean, if you were to, you could probably though count on one hand how many times my Jeep actually works. So it doesn't have very many miles on it. But man, the miles that it has on it are brutal. So it's, I mean, legit, and just like if you don't know, $1,600 for that transmission, just the torque converter I should be running to hold up to the amount of power costs more than that whole transmission.
And torque converter.
So the transmission that Jeep really needs costs probably $8,000, $7,000-8,000. I think I'm gonna weld up the bell housing and run the flip out of it because it's going to let me know that I'm gonna be doing another one at some point. I'm gonna grenade an input shaft. I'm going to. Something's gonna happen to it.
It's not near as fun to replace stuff before it breaks.
No,
it's way funner to
no.
do it when it breaks.
Yep. So, yeah, I still have to pull that stupid transmission out, and I'm not looking
It's good,
forward
though,
to it.
because you're going to redo your downpipe anyways.
Yeah.
This was kind of the universe's way of saying, you're done putting off your downpipe.
Yep.
I'm going to make you do it.
It's time.
That's true. I did. I bought all the 4-inch stainless. Did you see it?
Yeah, you did. You charged it on my card.
Yeah.
Freaking jerk, dude. Come on.
I'm freaking broke.
I ordered the stuff on your card.
Cabe, I need to order some stuff.
I don't know how. Yeah, dude, his card's hooked to the Amazon.
This is great.
I don't know how that happened,
That
dude.
was so funny. Kirsty's like, did you buy something for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on Amazon? I'm like, no, I haven't bought any G parts lately. And she's like, oh, man, there was a charge. I don't know what it's for. It wasn't me. I was like, let me go look. And then it said at default, there was a problem with your payment. You got to have money to buy stuff.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that.
And then it defaulted to my card. Luckily, I had enough money to cover
So
it.
it's
What the
Kirst
flip?
we got to deceive here.
Yeah, no kidding.
If we can
need
get
to
it past
rid of Kirst.
Kirst.
Yeah, you guys are
Tell
good.
you what, dude. I need somebody to check my bank statements for flip's sake. 'Cause somebody could be straight up money laundering my account, and I'd have no idea.
Well, people are looking for accounts with more than $10 in them to launder.
Yeah.
Like, well,
I don't-
there's
it's
10
money-
in there, and I take 7.
money
You're
laundering.
going to see.
Money laundering is probably the wrong word for that, isn't it? I don't know. All I know is if you don't like it, get your card off the flipping Amazon. Go use your own. I
all
can't.
right,
Why
you can
is
just-
your card the default?
I don't know.
I think I said it like that.
Yeah, I've had it with both
Sounds
of you
good
guys.
to me. But the funny thing is, Brady's like, hey, this happened. I didn't even check. I just sent you the Venmo. I should probably go check and make sure that we didn't get charged, both of us. And there was a weird... Yeah, and I don't even know how I would figure it out, and I don't have time for it, so I probably won't.
Well, this is all crap that you guys get for watching and listening to the podcast. Nobody else is going to hear this story.
You're
No.
going to learn how to get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're going to learn backstories on stuff that happened, you know, with off camera.
For real, what else do you guys need? Let us know in the flipping comments.
We need to
I mean,
provide value.
Yes.
we're here to provide flipping value.
I'm sorry how many times we said value in this podcast. I'm sure it was a lot. But
It's
We need to
important.
flip
trying
and
to provide
hammer
it.
it through.
so we're going to wrap this one up here again. And we've been pretty flipping good. We've gotten 2 in a row.
Wow. That's not
That's
that good.
time for a party. And a raise. Right, Brad?
For all of us?
For all of us?
From the default card.
Yeah.
Yeah, default cards.
Gabe uses it.
We're all buying Starks on the default card.
Oh, flip, just to get you guys pumped because I'm pumped. This video this Friday, I'm pumped about it.
Yeah,
It's
good.
a big idea. We are really,
It's not like anything we've done before.
yeah, we're really pushing the envelope
And
here.
we spent way too much money to do it.
And I was involved in it.
Yeah,
this
you
time.
even were okay with it. That's how
Man.
cool it is.
It's going to be sick.
I'm looking at the project right now, and you guys are going to see it Friday. It's going to be sick. So
Flip.
tell your friends. Anyways, thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe to this podcast if you're not, because when we put these out, you'll get a notification that they're out. Then you don't have to watch our stories to see that it's out.
Yeah, that, as well as if you know somebody that is just kind of a dude like us that likes talking about these things, send this podcast to them, because even more than a like and subscribe, YouTube loves it when you can share the content and the people you share it with actually enjoy it and like it. So if you know somebody, share it with them, and we promise we'll get them to laugh at some point, and it'll be entertaining for them.
There we go. You heard it here first. We'll see you next week.